I feel like I'm way back here now.
Yeah. Happens.
Oh, jeez.
You gotta be careful.
This little metal thing will get you.
Turn it around.
That loosens it.
Not if you tighten it. There we go.
I'm just going to leave that there. Bruce, you can't be asleep. Wake up, bud. It's the morning show.
Who said that?
No, I said that.
Oh.
He's over there sleeping.
Oh. Is he falling asleep?
Mm-hmm. He's like sitting up and his eyes are like...
What a goofus.
I'm dozing off.
Light's too bright. Hang on. Good morning, everybody. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning,
Welcome.
Instagram. Good morning, TikTok.
Yeah. Good morning and welcome to the morning show. Jennie and Davis. I'm Jennie. She's Davis. And this is the morning show. Are we in focus? Does everything look good? It looks like potato vision on my laptop.
Really?
I forget you never get to see this.
Yes, we need to turn the... Is there any way we could like center this and turn it, or are all
No.
your cords too short?
The setup here is just in such a perfect, delicate balance that the world would end if we had to move anything. What's up, everybody? Welcome. Jennie, what's in your mug?
In my mug today is lots of coffee because I need it. I need it bad. I might go get a second coffee. It's just, it is pecan praline.
No.
Coffee.
It's pecan.
It's not pecan.
Chat, what do we say? Do we say pecan or do we say pecan? You know what? I'm going to do a poll.
I've heard people say pecan too.
No, people are wrong. No, they grow in the South. The South people pronounce it pecan.
The South people?
Wherever we are in the country and they say things differently, like I always defer to whatever it's called in that region. Pecans grow in the South, therefore they are pecans. End of story.
I always say pecan.
Well, that term is offensive to me.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm going to ask that you stop.
What is it like? People in Oregon, a lot of people outside of Oregon call it Oregon, but everybody in Oregon calls it Oregon.
I always just call it Oregon just to sound funny, not because I actually thought anybody called it that.
See,
okay.
That one bothers me. I say Oregon. Any Oregon people out there? Do you say Oregon? I can't even say it wrong. Is it Oregon or is it Oregon?
All right, we've started a poll. If you're on Twitch, you vote. You say exclamation point vote, and then you hit space, and then you type Davis or Jennie, and that will tally the votes. So if you wanted to vote for me, you would say exclamation point vote space Davis. And
If you wanted to vote for me?
No, you just have to figure it out.
No, you could say exclamation point space JENNIE, and it would be much appreciated.
Nice. I don't think you have to put the caret. I think you just put my name. Just Davis. Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
No, you did it wrong. Backspace. What you meant to say was JENNIE, I believe.
Oh. All right. Well, that'll just keep going the whole time. We'll see the results. I don't know if there's a time limit on what, but so far I'm winning.
It's a funny way to spell Jennie.
Yes. And my mug is also pecan praline coffee.
Excellent.
It's actually good. So we bought this like variety 3-pack of coffee flavors for our little Keurig machine we have out front. And just making sure that I bought and ordered the Keurig for the guy that wanted on the first day.
Oh, yes. That ran through my mind, too. I was like, okay, I know I got his address. We got to send that to him.
Cool. So, what was I saying? Oh, so we bought this variety pack.
Yeah.
And the vanilla went first.
The vanilla is really good.
The French vanilla went first. I bought it because the variety pack also had the king cake coffee, which is like cinnamon and deliciousness.
It tastes just like a king cake.
But I want to savor it, so I don't drink it all the time. I only save it for special days. And then now we have too many of that one. Pecan praline is, I don't know, middle of the road. But
yeah, I'd say I'd put it right between the king cake and the vanilla. But when we first found out that this brand did king cake coffee, we're like, that's awesome. We're like, let's just try it just for fun. So we got a little bag of it. And we're like, this actually tastes like king cake. This is really impressive. And we're like, well, it's seasonal. So next time we're at the store, we should probably buy like 2 or 3 bags before they stop putting it on the shelves. And then we're like, all right. And then the next time we went, we're like, all right, it's still there? No way. We're lucking out. Grab 4 bags. Little do we know they make it year round. It's not seasonal. So.
Super disappointed. Coffee just needs to taste like coffee. Yeah. So we've been training ourselves. Well, I've been training myself for the last couple of years to like drink straight coffee, like Folgers black coffee. If that can become my standard, I can drink any coffee anywhere, anytime. But then when I do get special flavors or I get the chance to add a little bit of sugar, I like it. I don't like cream in my coffee.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I made that mistake. I've always drank my coffee with cream, and so now I'm like, that's coffee to me.
But anyway, why are you're taller than me. That shouldn't happen.
What? Is my chair
Oh,
way higher.
You're scooted closer to the camera,
Am I?
so you look bigger and taller than
really
me.
High.
Oh, there we go.
I had it like maximum height.
Step down to your level.
Oh my goodness.
Go where you belong.
Get off your high office chair.
Sweet. Good morning, everybody. It's the morning show with Jennie and Davis. Just a fun and positive way to take your day by storm. I don't know if I said that at the beginning. Welcome those of you on Instagram and on TikTok. We're super happy to have you. Ireland.
That's cool.
Nice. Twitch is the best place to watch this morning show. I think we live stream it on YouTube also. I need to pull it up there. But yeah, we do it everywhere. Twitch is the best place to watch. If you want to vote on the poll on how pecan or pecan is pronounced.
Do you say pecan or do you say pecan? Do you say pecan pie or do you say pecan pie?
Anyway, if you want to vote in the official poll that I am now winning, you can hop on over to Twitch and twitch.tv/jennieanddavis, and you can figure it out there. So, sorry, I'm just pulling up the stream here. Got to mute myself. Okay, great. 4 people watching on YouTube. Great job.
Excellent.
Those 4 of you watching on YouTube, hop on over to Twitch, twitch.tv/jennieanddavis. Good morning, John Howard. What else? Oh, I didn't follow my checklist yet again.
Oh my goodness. Did you hit record?
No, I didn't. Oh my gosh. All right. Don't let anybody know that we're... Welcome, everyone, to the morning show with Jennie and Davis.
It is a positive way to take your day by storm.
Pay no attention to the chat running a poll because we forgot to record. But they're definitely voting on whether it's pronounced pecan or pecan.
Because I have pecan praline coffee in my mug right now. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to the chat and you're going to hit !space JENNIE. And then you're going to hit enter. You're going to do that multiple times. Get all your friends to do it too.
Yep. 3rd morning show in a row, 18 more for a habit. Yep,
Yes.
I got a lot of ground to make up on hitting record. Sorry, y'all.
Yeah.
But here we go. What's in your mug, Jennie? Very quickly. Let's pretend like we haven't done this yet today.
Pecan praline coffee with a bit of oat milk.
Okay. You're wrong. It's
right here.
So if you want pecan praline coffee, that's what's in my mug. And you can vote for that on Twitch. You can say !vote space Davis if you want to vote for pecan, or !vote space Jennie.
Oh, I told people to do the wrong thing earlier. !vote space Jennie.
Oh, did you just say do the name?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why everybody's just typing random names in. How dare you lead them astray? They come here at 30 in the morning to watch you, and you just tell them the wrong thing to do.
It's because I can never see your Twitch screen. God. Turn that around.
Oh, well. Thanks for the follow, Mr. Schultz. Appreciate you, all of you coming over to Twitch. It's great.
Yeah.
But we're happy you're here no matter what platform you're watching on. Oh my gosh. Stop talking.
You don't enjoy hearing your own voice?
No, I don't. I really don't. Okay, cool. Have you ever saved a YouTube video because it like popped up in your feed and then you like opened it in a new tab because you just know you're never ever going to see that thumbnail and title again and you're not going to remember it, but you really want to watch the video? So you like pull it up in a new tab and save it for later?
I think at that point, if I want to watch it that badly, I'll just like it, and then I'll go back into my liked videos library. Because I'm like, if they impress me that much with their thumbnail and their title that I want to open a new tab and save it, like they deserve a like. Just like it.
Bold move, Cotton.
Yeah.
We'll see if it pays off.
Yeah. Titles and thumbnails are hard. So props to people who...
Just because Davis might win the poll doesn't make him right. Actually, it does. It does make me right. Because the English language... I don't know if you know this.
Oh my gosh.
It's
Tell me about the English language.
It's time for random information nobody needs to know except Davis. Most languages have some sort of panel or board authority that determines what the definition and pronunciation of certain words is/are. Like there's a German council for like the official German language. America, we don't have that for English. English is always relative according to the population. That's why you see. How long have you
been sitting on the board?
What?
How long have you been sitting on the board for English?
That's what I'm saying is we're all on the board for the English language. So you can literally change the definition of a word just by changing how it's used in pop culture. And the Oxford English Dictionary has sort of been dubbed the scribe to keep up with what's actually happening. I see. People will point to the Oxford English Dictionary. You know, Oxford English Dictionary defines
the beginning of
ironic,
like, the worst speech ever. Like,
right.
Well, the dictionary defines.
It was cool like the first 3 times people did it, and then
defines leadership as.
Bounce from TikTok to YouTube to Twitch. Thank you. Appreciate you. Glad you're here. But yeah. It's the state tree of Texas. That's right. The pecan tree is the state tree of Texas. I forgot about that. Yeah.
Well, state bird is a mosquito, so.
No, that's the mockingbird.
Well.
You didn't take Texas history in your elementary school?
In Wisconsin? No, I did not take Texas history in Wisconsin.
We had like 3 years of that in elementary school. They taught us nothing but Texas history.
Wow. They're like, if nothing else, if you make it no further than this, you will know all about Texas.
Yeah. So we did what's in your mug. Oh, what's in your emotional mug, Jenny?
Oh, yeah.
Where are you at today? I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah, I feel pretty good.
I feel pretty great. We got some great news yesterday. Again, we can't share it until later. But
yeah. I'm tired today, but that's okay. I'm also just very excited for today. It's good. I did a Instagram Reels class yesterday afternoon for a bunch of realtors. It was like a lunch and learn type thing.
Lunch and learn,
like a lunch and reels. Basically, they all wanted to know how to make Instagram reels because a lot of them are familiar with Instagram, but this reels thing pops up and they're like, I have no idea what this is. It's freaking everybody out. How do I put music to this? What do I even make reels of? I don't want to get in front of a camera. I'm scared. And so I just did a big, long talk with them, and the people were super cool and nice, and I got some really good leads out of it. So I'm excited. And the realtor who invited me and wanted me to come speak, she's one of the ones that's like been with us since the beginning. I think she was like maybe our 4th realtor that ever bought boards from us, and she's really sweet. So
yeah. Well, that was fun. One of the guys texted you like at 10:30 last night.
He texted me at like 9 p.m. and
the business phone.
The business phone. At like 9 p.m. texted me his reel because he was so excited that he made one by himself. Because before I left, I was like, "This is your homework. You will watch 5 YouTube videos on tutorials on how to make Instagram reels, and then you will make one yourself." And so, sure enough, he made one himself.
That was pretty cool.
Sent to me.
So, yes, marketing on all these social media platforms is a struggle. Yeah, it's tough. It's a lot. Every time we start a new account, it's like, all right, we got another mouth to feed.
Yep.
Like it's crazy. What's crazy is how low our Twitter engagement rate is. I don't know if any of you follow us on Twitter or use Twitter. We never really were active on Twitter, but like, I don't know, we had 60, 70 followers, but like we've been posting stuff there this last week, and there's been like close to 0 engagement on everything just because we're never over there. People don't know to look for us, and if you don't feed the algorithm, your stuff isn't gonna bubble up. I remember when I was in high school on Facebook, I would always post things that got a lot of likes. That was before the algorithm, like that was when on Facebook it still showed you everything from everybody you were friends with. It was just a chronological feed, and I don't know, my stuff always got a lot of likes because I just made people laugh. But then I didn't use Facebook for a little while in college. Then I came back to it and I started posting the regular funny stuff, and like nobody liked it anymore.
Oh, man.
And I took that super personally. I got upset, cried about it a little bit.
The sun has set.
And then now we're good.
I had a Twitter for like 2 weeks, like my own personal Twitter.
That was a joke. I don't want anybody to think that I actually cried.
2 to 4. Oh, what, you didn't?
Well, I cried, but not over that.
Oh, okay. And then I literally just deleted my Twitter because I was like, wait, is all I'm doing is posting like my thoughts and random things? And I was like, nobody wants to hear that from me. And so I just deleted it. And now we run the Jennie and Davis one. It is so funny. I was saying this at my like presentation yesterday. How we have like a total of, I think, 10 social media platforms now, maybe 11. And 5 years ago, I hated social media. I didn't post on my own Facebook page. I deleted my own Twitter. I didn't have an Instagram. I was just not a fan. Like, it scared me. I didn't like it. And now I'm like running 11 pages and I love it. And I see the value and it's a good time.
Well, I think the biggest thing, and like this is one of the things Gary Vee preaches all the time, is like you can't post content and expect to get anything out of it.
Right.
Like when you hit that post button, I don't care if you're making YouTube videos or Instagram posts or Facebook posts, like do not expect to get anything out of it. Thanks for the follow, Adam. Just you can't do it. Like you have to go into it knowing I am only giving. This is a straight up gift. I don't need to receive anything from this. I don't care if people like it. I don't care if people watch it. I'm just putting it out in the world and see what happens. And you cannot get upset. Thanks, Billy. You cannot get upset that nobody likes what you posted.
It's like giving without expectation.
Exactly. And once you can get into that mental state, then posting is morning dew. I like it. It's my initials. Yeah. Anyway.
I'm sorry, finish your thought.
Oh, I was just trying to land the plane.
Oh.
Sorry, it's a little early. Coffee hasn't kicked in yet.
Racine Custom Signs on Instagram says that they've been going to the office showing their name sign closing gift to realtors and have 2 scheduled presentations now to present to the whole firm.
Nice.
Congratulations. That's
Good
really
luck.
Cool.
We've had bad luck with those big meetings.
I have had bad luck with like maybe 2 of them. This one yesterday was actually pretty good. But we've only done like
3 or 4.
Yeah, we've done very few. I mean, it's not great. Don't get me wrong. Like our success rate has not been super high.
So what we found with among realtors, like I'm not trying to discourage you. I hope that you like knock it out of the park. I know you will. But the come present to our team is more of a way to like trick you into buying lunch for everybody. Like there's a lot of firms that are like, yeah, you can come present your stuff, but you got to buy everybody lunch. And
yeah,
so
there are people I've turned down who said that. They're like, oh yeah, come buy us lunch. And I'm like, no.
I don't want to buy you lunch. I want to make you more money.
Right. I want to get you referrals.
That's a great line if you want to use that. But anyway, welcome everybody to the morning show with Jennie and Davis. If you're just joining us, Twitch is the best place to watch. You can go to twitch.tv/Jennie and Davis. You can follow us there and you'll be eligible to vote in the polls. You'll be able to do, I don't know, a lot of fun stuff. So what am I missing? Well, how long does this poll go? So today we're polling whether or not it's pronounced pecan or pecan. I am far and away the winner. It's been 15 minutes, 23 votes with 69% of the vote.
What?
I have won.
I have
That's just the nail in the coffin.
31%.
If you win a poll by 69% approval, you just instantly win.
I'm still hanging on. I got 1/3 of the votes. Kind of.
You can vote if you hop on over to Twitch, and then you can just say !vote space Davis or Jennie if you want to vote for either of us. I vote pecan. Jennie votes pecan.
It's just what I've always said.
So we'll let it go for a little bit longer, but let's look at the schedule here.
Yes.
So now that I remember to hit record.
Excellent work. Now that we're halfway through the morning show, let's look at the checklist.
All right, so lights are on. We've set up the cameras. I've turned on the mixer because nobody's complaining about no audio like they were yesterday. I've set up Streamlabs because we're live. We've set up, I got the tabs open for Facebook, and you got Instagram. Didn't take out the dog. Whoops.
He's asleep anyways. It's
didn't
okay.
take out ourselves. Whoops. We got mugs. We hit live, and I finally hit record.
Eventually.
All right, cool.
Eventually.
That's how you run a morning show, everybody. You just actually have to do it. The checklist is the easy part. Cool. So, daily affirmations.
Yes.
Jump to it, Jennie. So, one of the things we do every day is we do daily affirmations, and yours are on your phone, which is currently streaming to TikTok. So
because
you can't
the
read
other
your
phone was dead.
That's okay. I'll do it.
I should be able to see mine on your phone, though, if you're logged into mine.
I'm not logged into your personal email on my phone. I respect your boundaries.
Dang it.
Okay? I don't know why. I'm literally signed into literally everything
I
else
know.
of yours. Anyway,
All
right.
you'd see is like a grocery list.
So, daily affirmations. We stole this from rich and famous and successful people who are all preaching that this is something important that got them to where they are, and who are we to question it? So, it takes just a little bit of time every day, but we can start to prime ourselves for the day. We talked about priming yesterday in the book that we're reading, the pricing book, about how important it is to prime yourself for the day ahead, because your decisions are heavily influenced by how you're primed. So take what little free will we have and take responsibility for how you're priming the day. And so with your daily affirmations, we can just remind ourselves the kind of person that we want to be, and hopefully our actions will be primed and influenced by that. So here we go. This is just my list. You can make your own list.
Feel free to steal some from our list if you like them.
Yeah. But ideally, you spend a couple seconds on each one of these just thinking about it and absorbing it and letting it in.
With your eyes squinted like that.
With your eyes squinted just like that. If you get your tongue at the perfect angle, you can achieve the highest level of consciousness. And you'll have that going for you.
So I got that going for me.
All right, here we go. I am a pilot. I am a maker. I am a businessman. I am made in the image of God. I am able to do incredible things. I am a man of discipline. I am a good operator of my body. I am good to my brain. I am building a multi-million-dollar business. I am serving God with my decisions. I am on temporary assignment to do today's work. I will move towards God's plan with today's work. I will get out of my own way. I will love every person I talk with today. I love you. And I will give to others from a full heart. And that's the last one there is what we were talking about with social media. Like, you have to give. It cannot be an exchange. It's not a barter. It's you have to give. So if you're doing anything, you got to make sure you're giving from a full heart, not from a place of neediness, because that's going to get you in trouble.
I think I have some of mine memorized. I think I have like 10 of mine memorized.
Wow. I mean, that's the whole point. Yeah. But
I am smart. I am strong. I am a fighter. I am relentless. I
keep kicking your butt on that one.
I am a great saleswoman. I am a great businesswoman.
Oh, you did add some.
I did. That's what I said yesterday. I added 2 new ones. I respect others. I respect myself. I am covered by grace. I am saved by grace, I think. And I am loved.
Nice.
I think that's a lot of my list.
Nice. Cool. If you'd like to share your daily affirmations, drop them in the chat. We'd love to see them. If you're willing to be vulnerable and share that with us. This is something that I announced in the first one. It's on the screen over here in the corner, but there's this thing on Twitch. It's really cool. It's called TTS. So if you actually want your question, sometimes we just don't get to everything in the chat because we're busy and we're talking and it's a lot to keep track of, and I have a one-track mind. And all I can think about right now is how there's a little sliver of white on this side of the screen, but there's not one on that side because the camera's crooked. But back to what I was saying. If you really want your question answered or read, you can donate $5. You just use the command donate and it'll send you a link. And then a nice British robotic voice will read your question and we will be compelled to answer it as long as it's appropriate.
Yeah, it reads it like right on the screen.
Yeah. So anyway, questions about all of that. We did our daily affirmations.
We did.
Okay. We are primed. We are ready.
We are primed and ready.
All right. Now it's time for some fun. I don't know. I feel like we've been having fun this whole time.
I've been having fun this whole time. What are you talking about?
Okay. So we got this question, this book, 3,000 Questions About Me. So today we're going to ask ourselves another question.
Excellent.
Chat, you can answer along with us. Question number 13. Who or what is the greatest love of your life?
Aww.
So we always take these like super deep. I'm going to be very shallow.
Yeah, but the first answer in my head was actually a shallow one.
What?
Sorry.
Okay, that's okay. We're giving ourselves grace today. We do not have to have the best answer. Come up with a funny answer or a very shallow answer. What is the greatest love of your life?
I mean, I would love to say, I feel like the cheesy one is say like, oh, it's Davis. I love you so much. You're the love of my life.
Nope. Wrong answers only.
I love the dog. I love Bruce. He's my favorite. He's a bro. He's the best dog in the whole wide world.
Oh.
He is so calm
he's a good
and
boy.
Playful and just
he just behaves.
Loving. He just behaves.
Even when he misbehaves, it's usually something funny, and it's like really easy to forgive him for it.
Like the time he ate the cake, and he just was like walking around with frosting all over his nose. He felt so guilty that he ate an entire cake off of our countertop one time. I think I told that story on live. It was a vanilla cake.
That was one of our test streams.
It wasn't chocolate. Yeah, on one of our test streams. But we had some friends over for dinner, and we made this really nice like vanilla cake. It was, like frosted it and everything. It was like a double-decker cake. And so we ate it for dessert, and then we left because I think we had to run to the store or something or run our friends home. And then we came home, and there was a completely clean plate sitting on the kitchen island. I don't know how this dog took an entire cake off the plate, cleaned it, and the plate was still on the kitchen island, but he did it. And we're like, we didn't even notice. We're like, oh, who took this plate out? And we just like threw it in the sink. And then we look, and Bruce has a ring of white icing on his nose. And we're like, no, he didn't. And so we're prepared for Bruce to be up sick all night. We're like rolling up the rug, like moving the chairs. We're like trying to throw him outside as much as we can. And we wake up, nothing. He kept that entire cake down.
Wow.
Didn't even act sick. He's a goofus.
My material love of my life is just airplanes, aviation.
I know.
You know.
I knew that was going to be the answer.
So, yep, that was pretty much it. Sweet. What else? Fun question. Mind. Okay, that's heavier stuff than I want to get into.
That's heavier stuff than I want to get into.
Man, I need to wake up. So I've been drinking coffee before we leave the house. So I've got 30 minutes of the drive to like let it kick in. And I shouldn't drink coffee. It's addictive, and it doesn't make you like once you drink coffee every single day, the caffeine no longer gives you a boost. It just brings you up to normal.
Yeah.
And so like if you don't have your daily coffee, then
you're less than normal.
Right. So anyway, everybody in the chat right now, what were you going to do with the favorite color thing? Everybody say your favorite color again in the chat. Type your favorite color.
Drop your favorite color. You can do it on Instagram too if you're on Instagram.
And then Jenny has this amazing mastermind idea of what she was going to do with it.
Wow, you're really hyping this up. It is not that big. It is not that big of an idea. Favorite color, go.
All right. So what's up?
What?
What are you doing with these colors?
Oh, well, we got to wait and see people's answers.
Okay.
What are you getting on
Let me end this poll because I clearly won with
gosh.
pecan.
Stop.
As time goes on, the poll just gets better and better for me.
Okay, fine.
All right, final
Pecan.
vote. 23 votes pecan. Sorry, choking. 23 votes for pecan, 8 votes for pecan.
Pecan.
So I won with 75% of the vote. Great job.
Goodness, whatever.
Anyway,
All right,
favorite color in the chat.
Navy blue, green.
Lots of blue.
Coco Bolo.
Coco Bolo.
Oh, okay, that's what happens when you ask a bunch of woodworkers their favorite color.
All right, what are we doing with these colors,
Navy blue,
Jenny?
green. What did you get? What colors do you get?
They're just all the same. Mostly blues.
Mostly blues
Some
and greens.
pinks, greens. One guy said gray.
We were talking about all this
Somebody else
priming
said orange.
yesterday about how you're like visually primed. Remember the story about how you like spun the wheel and you had 2 numbers and those were the numbers that people used as like the percentages in their answers only because they were primed with it. Like, look what color our sign is. It's blue and green. People have been staring at it all day. And they're like, what's your favorite color? Blue
but also
and green.
nobody said green though. Like
I
there was
got
like
green.
there's only 1 or 2 people that said green.
Oh, well, it stands.
It's not equal to the, well, I don't know, the blue, there is sort of a blue shadow on the wall.
I like, do we prime people
from the other light.
with blue?
I don't know.
I guess we'll never know. Anyways, that's okay.
Oh no. Not
What are we
sure.
moving into now?
Was that all that you were gonna do with the colors?
Yep, that's pretty much it.
That was a total flop.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I told you it wasn't that big and
Lame.
important.
Nobody's gonna watch this show anymore.
Oh my gosh. That's a lie. They're going to come for the votes between pecan and pecan. We'll
Yeah.
have another stupid thing that we're arguing about tomorrow that we'll have you all vote on.
It's kind of our thing.
It's kind of our thing.
Cool. It's not easy being green.
It's not easy being green.
It's definitely not.
Alrighty. Are we going to move into our magical book?
I don't feel like reading this morning.
I'll read. You read the last 2 mornings.
You want to read?
Yeah.
Okay, you gotta take us on an adventure. You gotta do tonality. You gotta do the characters' voices. You gotta do.
I'm not getting paid for that much. Just kidding. I'll read it.
We're not getting paid at all to do this show. What are you
That's
talking
I'm
about?
saying. No, this is just fun for us. All right. Where did you leave off?
Probably at the end of that.
Point somewhere.
You know what? I was actually going to like skip ahead of this chapter because this chapter was a bunch of fluff. Yeah, it's just more about anchoring and stuff like that.
Okay. How does it end?
They're basically saying that, oh, I know a lot of these people's names. Lots of famous people say that today's markets talk up anchoring and coherent arbitrariness, just the idea that people spend more effort. Comparison is a stronger tool than objective pricing.
Right.
So people are much more likely to buy based on comparison of prices than actual value of what they think it's worth to them.
Yeah.
So it's completely arbitrary. So basically the punchline is, if you're in the field for a long enough time, you realize that, yes, we can manipulate consumers, end quote.
Yep.
So there you go. Here you go. Chapter 3. How long is this chapter?
Oh my goodness.
Well, I got to make sure we're not like, okay.
Oh, that's actually really, is that where it ended?
That's why I picked this book, is because the chapters are all very short.
Yeah.
So.
Except this, chapter 2 was pretty long. Anyways.
Chapter 3.
All right, chapter 3, the myth of the boomerang. Among the first professions to take note of behavioral decision theory was the law. There was some eye-opening research on jury award anchoring published in the years before Liebeck versus McDonald's. In a 1989 study, psychologists John Malouf and Nicola Shute had 4 groups of mock jurors read a description of an actual personal injury case in which the defendant had been found liable. All groups were told that the defense attorney had suggested a damage award of $50,000. The one variable was the amount that they were told the plaintiff's lawyer had requested. A group informed that the plaintiff's attorney had asked for $100,000, awarded an average of $90,333. Another group told that the attorney had demanded $700,000, awarded an average of $421,538. Yeah. So basically, they told him the higher number, and people were like, "Oh, well, you told me the higher number. They must deserve to be awarded."
So what they do? So they just primed. I'm sorry, say it in English.
Yeah. So okay, basically,
they told the jury they're demanding so much money, and then they came up with their idea.
They said the plaintiff's attorney had asked for $100,000, and so then the jury awarded an average of $90,333. And then the next group was told that the attorney had demanded $700,000 instead of just $100,000, and they awarded an average of $421,000.
Wow, so literally they were just primed
Yep.
to come up with a decision for the number. Wow.
Right.
Interesting.
Anyways, had the jurors been able to deduce a correct amount, it should have been the same for all the groups. The facts of the case were unchanged. But of course, there's no formula for arriving at a legal award. That leaves jurors susceptible to suggestion. When you chart Malouf and Schute's 4 data points, they also exposed groups to demands of $300,000 and $500,000, you get a remarkably straight line. Though the jurors always awarded less than the plaintiff's demands, the amounts went up in lockstep with the demand. In their wildest dreams, few attorneys imagined that jurors were that malleable. This and other studies raise the question, just how far can you push anchoring in the courtroom? Does a smart attorney ask for a billion gazillion dollars? The conventional wisdom says no. There is said to be a boomerang effect. Over-the-top demands backfire by making the plaintiff or attorney look greedy. Juries retaliate by awarding less than they would have with a more sensible demand. Psychologists Gretchen Chapman and Brian Bornstein tested this idea in a 1996 experiment when Liebeck versus McDonald's was much in the news. They presented 80 University of Illinois students with the hypothetical case of a young woman who said she contracted ovarian cancer from birth control pills and was suing her HMO. 4 groups each heard a different demand for damages: $100, $20,000, $5 million, and $1 billion. The mock jurors were asked to give compensatory damages only. Anyone who wants to believe in the jury system must find the results astonishing. So when they made the demand for $100, the average awarded was $990, and the demand for $20,000, the average award was $36,000. And when they demanded $5 million, the average award was $440,000. And for $1 billion, $490,000.
Okay.
So the lower ones went higher and the higher ones went lower.
I want to see I'm a visual person. I need to see
here,
these.
you want to see that
No, I
table?
need to see it on a graph because I don't know. Is that relationship linear or is it like?
No, it's not linear
Is it
because
like
look
plateau?
at when they demanded 100, the average award was
Yeah, you're right.
990.
So from 5 million to $1 billion, there was only a difference of like $60,000.
Right. It's like, oh, well, once you get into that amount of money, like, you know, people, it's like they wanted to cap it. Like,
yeah. Well, I also think too, like the mental difference between 5 million and 1 billion for most jurors, that's a hard word.
that is a hard word.
So oh my gosh. So Tom Bilyeu, if you know who he is, he used to work with a lot of inner city kids and he would ask them, he was like, if I could write you, like, what's the most amount of money I could ever give you? Like, if I gave you a blank check, how much would you ask for? And they all replied like, oh, $1 million. Now, Tom Bilyeu being someone who built and sold a business for millions of dollars, like he realized that like $1 million is not that much money comparatively. Like $1 million can't buy him, but they like these people that he was working with in the inner city, they could not fathom more money than $1 million. Like 1 million was just as big to them as 1 billion.
Yeah.
Like they had no frame of reference. Once they got above, you know, the 40 or 50,000 that they're used to seeing in a year or so, like
It's just all one big number at
so
that
I think
point.
it's the same effect
Yeah.
here, is that to the average American juror, there's no difference between 5 million and 1 billion. Yeah, you know,
Right.
one is bigger than the other, but that's not money anywhere related to you, so it loses its value. I think that's why. I don't know. I don't have no idea. I'm just
That was actually my first thought because they're only the average awards are only separated by $50,000. When it came to 1 billion, they only went up by $50,000.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because it reaches to a certain point where it's like, okay, we just know it's a ridiculous amount of money.
Right.
The amount of ridiculous amount of money is sort of relative. So
Yeah.
and it's interesting that they all land on like $500,000 is because that's what the normal American juror would think is
Right.
a reasonable amount of money
Probably.
for a lawsuit. I don't know. That's crazy.
Yeah. And it's weird that the lower ones, the really low ones, people are like, what? That's way too low. No, award this higher number. Because when they said the demand was $100, they awarded $990. So they're like, 100? What? That's crazy.
Yeah. Again, like people, because it's relative, right?
Yeah.
Like people know the relative value, but once you reach beyond, like, it seems like $500,000. I don't know when this book was written, but like once you reach beyond $500,000,
When was this book?
then it just doesn't compute. It's crazy.
I'm trying to find out when this was written. What do we got?
2010.
Copyright 2010.
That was the copyright, but that doesn't mean that was
That's
the first
not-
time
yeah.
it was printed. When that copy was printed, it was 2010. Oh, 1995. No, that's
No.
just an illustration.
What the heck? Why isn't the date of this book in here?
Whatever, not important. So
He wrote other books like back in 83.
that's, thanks, we're done. So I got enough to talk about now. I can
Oh
carry us
my
to the end of the
goodness.
hour. We're
Okay,
done reading.
excellent.
So that's why, so that effect is one of the reasons why we tell people all the time, like, focus on the money coming in.
Yeah.
If you're a business person and you've watched our content for a while, you know that we really tell people to just focus on bringing money in, because if you're sorting nickels and dimes, the dollar bills are just passing you by. What's the saying? Like, penny wise and pound foolish. Like, you're so focused on like sorting the beans that you're missing the big money as it swims past you.
Yeah.
And that's why we say, like, just focus on bringing money in, because the way that we are primed to think about things is very small scale. If you want to start a business, you need to do the opposite to your brain. You need to think about Grant Cardone, like, it's another good book. It's 10X rule. Like, think about your
Yes.
business as if you were doing 10 times more than whatever it is that you're doing. If you're making, I'm going to shout out Jared for a minute. So Jared, one of our friends in the Stud Stack, Jared, he builds these cutting boards, and he called me the other day and he was asking, he was talking to the Stud Stack, we're just doing a video chat. And he was like, hey, like, I got these 2 cutting boards. I don't know. Should I mail one of them to one realtor? Should I engrave it and then just send him an Instagram video? I don't know. I don't want to waste the 2 boards, because then if I mail them out to a realtor, then I don't have boards to sell them. And I'm like, dude, you're thinking about this too small. You're thinking about 2 cutting boards. You should be thinking about 200 cutting boards. What would you do if you had 200 cutting boards?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I would just mail them out. I wouldn't even think about it because then I knew that I'd make a sale. And I was like, all right, then mail them out.
Yeah.
And then make 200 cutting boards if you make a sale.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, yeah, you're so right. Like, and that's no discredit to Jared. Like, we all think way too small.
Yeah.
We need to think way, way bigger about things because that's economies of scale. If you actually want your business to grow, that's what you should do.
Right. The mind can only see, or the eyes can only see what the mind is willing to comprehend.
So you need to prime yourself to think big. You want a big business? You need to think like a big business person. You got to prime yourself to do that because you got to know day to day your default, yes, woodworking Pelican. Your default like brain wiring is going to think really small. It's going to think there's not enough to go around. Fear mongering mindset. Like that's what we default want to listen to. Mm-hmm. A lot of us are also default pessimists. I was for a very long time. Like it took me years to finally work up my mindset to where I'm default optimist instead of a default pessimist. There's another great book, Mindset by Carol Dweck.
Oh, yes.
Talks about growth mindset and how to adopt that. And anyway, socioeconomic relatively sounds like a fascinating field of study. Yeah, if you're not familiar, there's a great podcast. Don't leave this show. But there's a great podcast called the Freakonomics Podcast. It talks about like stuff like that. They just look at the data on a lot of interesting topics. It's a great show.
It just doesn't make sense or that you never knew was weird. And yeah. I like it.
Sweet. Now my coffee's kicking in at the end of the show.
Good work. It's almost gone. Did you drink it all?
Yeah.
Wow.
Not proud of it.
Not proud of that.
I have to limit myself to 1 cup of coffee, otherwise it just gets out of hand.
Or the other day, where like the first morning show, you chugged a 5-hour energy.
Yeah, that was a
after
big
you
mistake.
had coffee.
I had to go out in the shop, so I sat into the shop. Like I was just like vibrating. Like we hit stop the stream after the first show, and I would just like, I was not feeling good. My stomach was upset. My head was spinning. And so I told Caleb and Caitlin, I just was like, hey, I'm going to go sit out in the shop. So I like turned out all the lights. I was just sitting on the concrete with my back against the wall in the dark, just trying to get my body to just like slow down.
Because you naturally have quite a bit of energy.
Yeah.
Like just you're on your own.
Yeah. Well, it's not that I have a ton of energy. It's that I don't stop and take breaks.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not that I'm super extroverted and have endless amounts of energy. It's that I never slow down.
Yeah.
Like I'm like a marathon runner. I don't go that fast, but I just never quit.
Too legit to quit.
Too legit to quit.
Nice.
Man, this has been a long time. I'm surprised I remember how to do that.
I know. I did that to
what are all the
Caleb
other
day.
things? What are all the other things we used to do as kids? Remember the L?
Yeah, like you're a loser. What else?
Did you ever do the Walmart, Walgreens, Target?
No.
So it's like you do Walmart, Walgreens, and then Target, and you bonk someone on the head.
Oh. No,
you never did that in elementary school?
Maybe somebody did that to me too many times. That's why I don't remember it now.
Probably.
I have there's one that's like whatever loser. I remember that one.
Oh yeah, it's whatever major loser.
Oh, wow. We're really
you got to get the M.
Really calling people out.
Bloxy Grain, thanks for the follow.
Yeah. We got somebody said on Instagram, I want to be able to make those freebies to get a sale, but my finances are too tight for that for real.
For what? To mail out boards?
To mail out boards.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
you just got to make a sale. You got to do what you got to do at the beginning. It's
and
hard.
There are so the reason we mail out boards is to give value. What?
We got our first donation.
Oh.
Thanks, Caw Dude.
What? How do you spell it?
KAW Dude 75.
Caw Dude. Thank you.
Thank
Caw
you very
Dude.
much. I didn't see a TTS associated with that.
Maybe they didn't type in a question.
Maybe they're just a nice person.
Thank you very much.
If you got a question, we will answer it. I'll keep an eye out in the chat.
But back to what I was saying. We sent boards.
Cow Dude.
Oh, Cow Dude.
Sorry.
Okay. Ooh, I was about to say. I was like, Cow Dude, I don't understand. But yeah, so we send out boards just to give value so that we can like ask for the sale. So people are open to us asking for the sale, and we don't just seem like salespeople. There are other free ways to do that. One thing I do is I make Instagram videos and I send it to them in the DMs. I'll say some nice stuff, point out something I really like on their page. I'll show the cutting board in the video, and then I just send that. And I've got a lot of people who love that because nobody sends videos in the DMs. It's always a huge wall of text that they have to sift through and read. So there are free options that are just as good as sending a free board sometimes.
Yeah.
Cost you nothing.
Yeah. We've had good success with those recently. So,
Yeah.
Kobe and Caitlin are doing that.
Yeah.
I don't think they've mailed out very many boards. So,
Yeah, they're killing it with the Instagram videos.
yeah. He says we're forgiven. Cow Dude says we're forgiven.
Oh, thank you.
Bless you.
Oh, thank you.
We got to do body breathing
Oh,
exercises.
yeah.
Everybody ready for breathing exercises? What you do? I hate that you like every time you pick up the phone. So like, I don't know. Do you guys get mad at your significant other when they look at their phone when you're like spending time together?
You're like, put your phone down.
We
Pay
both do
attention
it.
to
We'll
me.
both be on our phone. It's kind of comical. We'll both be on our phones for like 20 minutes. One of us will get sick of it, set it down, and be like, "Why are you all on your phone?"
And you're like, I was just on my phone.
And so like every time you pick it up to look at Instagram, because that's what you got on your phone, like my blood starts boiling. I'm like, put your phone down. And then I'm like, oh, she's actually doing her
So
job.
somebody asked the question. You said, Maker's Revival. I'm new. Is there an Angus steer wandering around in your studio? Close. Very close. That is Bruce, our dog.
What, did he make a lap or something?
I think you can hear his collar jingling too. Either way, yes, there is the dog version of an Angus steer.
Brucey, come here. You want to be on stream?
Bruce.
You want to say hi to everybody? Everybody say hi to Bruce in chat.
Bruce is our Doberman.
Hi, buddy. You say hi to everybody?
Okay. Wait, I don't even know if we can see him on Instagram. Oh my gosh.
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
He's a big dude.
You say hi to chat?
He's like, I don't know.
All right,
This makes
you go
me
back to
nervous.
sleep. His bed's right here, but he likes to
Sleep in the middle of the floor.
Yep.
In the middle of the floor. Anyways, yeah. Breathing exercises. Sorry, got distracted.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do those.
Ooh, we have a question.
Question.
My question is, I have a long-term goal of a retail shop space in town. But we are building the business without taking on any extra debt and reaching sustainability from just the revenue coming in. What are
some small processes to build towards? Thank you for the donation. Happy trees.
Thank you very
Appreciate
much.
you.
Okay, so their goal is to have a retail space
In town. Yep.
Okay.
But we're building the business without taking on any debt and reaching sustainability from just the revenue coming in. So it's very similar to what we started doing.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Small processes. So you're going to have to find 2 or 3 products that sell really well that you can make out of your house. Mm-hmm. You need to be able to sell virtually before you get your brick and mortar store.
Right.
And that's just going to be tough. So there's a couple different ways you can do that. To work towards the long-term goal of having your own retail space, I would approach a bunch of the boutique stores in town and sell on consignment. Get people used to buying your products in the town and in the market that you want to have your brick and mortar store. And then if people know that all the shops downtown carry your stuff, and then all of a sudden their stuff gets pulled, or your stuff gets pulled from their shelves, and you open your own store, then everybody's already used to seeing your stuff. So I would say try to find a couple different products you can build and sell out of your house that you can sell without needing a brick and mortar space. You leverage somebody else's, or you sell online, and then eventually you can open up your store. But again, it's going to be your relationship with the community that gets people in the door. So many people get this confused. They think that, oh, I'll just open up a little clothing boutique and then people will come. And maybe if you're in a high traffic area like a mall, maybe you'll get some foot traffic, but like it's really your relationship with the people in town. So I guess my number one piece of advice would say I would move towards your relationships. Yeah. You say you do a lot of carpentry work that's generating more revenue. Leverage those relationships. Call people, and just say, hey, this is what I'm trying to do now. Do you know anybody that needs that? And then start to build your network and your relationship. Then when you do open up an actual store, then you just tell all the people in your network to come to the store instead of calling you on a cell phone or going to your website.
And I think too, selling your stuff on consignment in the stores that already exist is a good idea, but I would also walk through a bunch of those stores and just try to figure out what sells best. What type of stuff does your community love buying from retail stores in town? And then get as close as you can with your products to like build something similar, or your version of that product or the feel of that product. And then to build relationships, you could do stuff like sponsoring a little league team or I don't know, something like sports related. So then your name's like on the back of all the t-shirts. Maybe you get put in some flyers, get people used to seeing your name and your logo in town. Those are my thoughts.
Yeah, I think Cowdude is trying to type a question.
Oh.
I think the moderator, though, deleted it because I think it was too long.
Oh, no.
Sorry, Cowdude. Try to make it shorter, I guess.
Take out all the vowels.
Take out all the vowels.
No punctuation.
What is this, Fall Out
No
Boy?
vowels. Yeah.
That's why, you know that song, Thanks for the Memories?
Yes.
How it's got all the vowels removed?
Because the person doing all their like marketing stuff was like, it's too long.
Well, their label said, hey, your song titles are too long. And so they're like, all right, I'll just take out all the vowels and I'll make it a really long song title. What percentage of waste do you account for in a build estimate? Oh, I don't know that I have a number for you. I shoot from the hip just based on experience. I would say, if I had to give you a number, I would say 30 to 40% waste. So if we're just talking lumber, I'll just use that as an example. If I'm just talking lumber, I will legit buy an extra 30 or 40% of the lumber that I think I need to pull it off.
And a lot of it is not even so much waste. It is like if you screw something up or something happens or something breaks or falls or whatever, being able to account for that. Because, yeah, you're probably, when you buy 30% extra, like I feel like you're most of the time going to be left with some at the end. Like you're going to have some left over. But if you screw something up, that like 2 or 3 boards left over is going to mean the world to you. You're going to be like, I'm so glad I bought that. So, yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, lumber is what I was referring to. Yeah, no worries. Thank you. Appreciate you, Cowdude. Yeah, lumber, I always just buy 30, 40% extra. And then you generally, if you're doing a good job of optimizing repeatability in your business, so, I mean, this is tough if you do custom work because you might have a different species of wood on the next project. But if you don't use that 30, 40%, you just put it on the lumber rack. And then next time, if you've got 30, like next time you sell something and you've got half the lumber on the rack, great job. Like, don't pass that discount on to the customer. That's your reward for being efficient. So keep everyone entertained. I'll be right back.
What? Oh, I thought you were reading a comment from somebody that said keep everybody entertained. I was like, wow, are we not entertaining people and we need to be more entertaining? Oh my gosh. No, that's funny. But yeah, we have extra white oak laying around right now, and that's nice because we can easily use that for another table. And the people who we actually delivered that white oak kitchen table to, the 9-foot long one that we did a video on, they told us on delivery that they eventually wanted a matching coffee table. So I'm kind of glad we have some left over because that'll give us a really good head start on the coffee table. But everything else, we really use like 4 total types of wood. It's like maple, hard maple, cherry, walnut, and ash, because we do a lot of our tables we've done out of ash. And so you've just got those 4 species, and if you have some left over, no big deal. I just use it for the next one. So, yeah. I'm curious, do you guys mostly, you can tell us in the chat on Instagram or on Twitch, but do you have like a set number of like wood species that you usually use? I know this is like a woodworking focused question and not everybody might be woodworkers, but do you use like a huge variety of lumber, or do you pretty much have like, I don't know, 3-4 species that you like to stick with? Because I know some people are putting like 5 different species just in one cutting board. I can't see. I'm going to steal his chair. I am Davis. Hello. Ooh, where are we going? Maple and walnut. Yeah. So do you use maple and walnut in one cutting board? It sounds like that'd be cool. Stick with what you can get locally. Yeah.
All right.
I like this setup, but I like this setup. Somebody asked earlier, is the stud stack still open? Yes, it is. The stud stack's definitely still open.
Stud Stack is always open. We closed it for a time, but now it's open. Hello, everybody. We just had to take delivery. We had a giant order.
Oh, is that what that was?
That was our delivery.
Oh.
Well, it was I recognized the number, and
Oh, did somebody try calling you?
yeah,
Oh, did they try
because
calling this phone?
Uline calls my personal phone number.
Why?
I don't know. I guess that's
That's
just
weird.
what's in the thing, so I got to change the number. But
But they've definitely called this phone before. Odd. All right. At
Anyway.
least we got it.
yeah, I'm glad you locked the door, because he would have just wandered in, and then I don't know. He could have been Leroy would have been on the
Yeah.
he would have been on the
Hey,
live
man,
show.
you want to be on the live show?
But some people get scared of Bruce because they don't know that he's just a big softy.
Yeah.
Which I don't blame him. He's a big scary dog. Yeah.
He's more like a cat stuck in a dog's body.
I like that Twitch tells us like the first time somebody's chatted or talked.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it'll like do a little highlight. Here, I'll show you.
Yeah, it was nice sitting over there for all 5 seconds that I could actually see the chat. Let me see. Oh,
See,
cool.
it says first time chat from Pine Barrens Woodworking. But yeah, he tries to stay within 4 to 6 different species. That's a lot though. 4 to 6 different species? That's a lot.
Yeah, because we do
We do walnut, cherry, ash, and white oak.
maple, cherry,
Oh, and yeah, did I say maple?
maple, cherry, walnut, ash, and oak. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
five.
that's 5.
5. Okay, maybe that's not that many. Leroy Jenkins, man, you remember that?
Yes.
Oh, we're so old.
No, we're not.
What do the icons mean next to the names? Some of them are like different levels of Twitch. So like some people pay for like different levels, and then some people are moderators. I think the sword is the moderator, which I get it.
I get it.
It's a little aggressive, but
Chop,
I
chop.
like it.
Cool. Well, it is 7:57, and I feel like we have not gotten through everything that we usually get to.
Oh, body breathing exercise. All right,
Yeah.
we're gonna do our breathing exercise. I'm gonna count us
Wow.
off today.
Okay.
It's gonna be in 4 counts, out 3 counts. So that's the difference today. So in 4 counts, all the way in, fill your lungs up with air, and then out 3 counts. Your lungs should be empty by the end of the 3rd count. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Out 2, 3. It's hard. It's weird. It's a different rhythm.
Exhaling.
Yeah. So in 2, 3, 4, out 2, 3, empty. You're not committing to this.
I'm trying not to blow right into the mic.
It doesn't. I tested it yesterday. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Just breathe. All right. Ready? In 2, 3, 4, out 2, 3.
Got to go a little faster.
They
on
get
the
really
exhale.
advanced.
Yeah.
One of these days, I'll have y'all doing. So like you can also put your hand in front of your mouth to like increase the resistance. Like this is how you actually work out your lung muscles.
Yeah.
Swimmers do this. People in marching band do this, like to build
Yeah.
your lung capacity. Also, I reported that I had childhood asthma when I joined the Air Force, and then they were going to make me do this like super insane asthma test. And so I was like doing all these breathing exercises that I learned from like swim team and marching band and stuff to like build my lung capacity so that I wouldn't get flagged for asthma when they did the stupid
Yeah.
test. Passed with flying colors.
Right. It's like even if you had childhood asthma, you've played an instrument, you've
I
swam,
know.
you did cross
I
country, you've
know.
got like better lungs than
But
anybody.
nobody told me that everybody lies on the military medical forms when you sign up. Nobody told me that. And so I was just naive kid, right?
Like,
oh,
what?
yeah, this one time I went to the doctor because I had an ear infection. And it's like, nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
You're making problems
You're
for
just
yourself.
giving them ammo.
Thanks for the follow, TC Geek. But yeah, so cool. Mind, body, and spirit. What are you worried about, Jenny?
What am I?
Tell me your
worried
deepest,
about?
darkest fear in the whole wide world.
Oh my gosh.
Let's conquer some demons
I
this
don't know
morning.
if we're gonna go that deep. I don't even know if I can think of that off the top of my head. What am I worried about?
What are you worried about?
Let's see.
Okay, what else can we do to sharpen our spirit? Meditate.
I'm worried that we might run out of cutting boards before you're done building them. To be
Yeah.
honest, because I walked out there and there's like
Well, you
only
told me-
10 on the shelf.
So, okay, no. Here's the story. Jenny told me like a week ago. She's like, "Oh yeah, I probably don't need cutting boards for another month." And I'm like, "All right, cool. I'll
'Cause I
I'll
stopped-
slow roll it.
for
I'll
the-
take my time. I won't cut my hand off because I'm going too fast."
Because I switched strategies. I used to send out a lot of free boards. That was like my main like way of marketing and getting new clients. It worked fantastic, but I wanted to try to shift to sending Instagram videos instead because it was a free option, and I wanted to see if they worked as well as cutting boards. They didn't work quite as well, but they still work very well. And so I'm trying to incorporate sending free. Now I want to do like a hybrid model where I do fewer free boards, but I'm still not stopping. And I also incorporate mostly Instagram videos. So now, no, I don't have enough boards to last me the rest of the month. Hardly.
Running out of boards is a good problem to have. Yeah, it's a great problem to have.
It is.
And I honestly expected to build more boards sooner, but anyway, Jenny was like, yeah, you're fine for a month. And then I'm like, all right, cool, I'm good.
Just kidding.
And then yesterday she's like, all right, I'm down to like 10 boards. I need more boards. And I'm like, it doesn't work that way. Like,
we got plenty of walnut charcuterie boards though.
Yeah. Yeah, we do. I just made like 130 of them. So that'll be fun.
Messaged our realtor that buys like all walnut charcuterie boards, and she'll order them like 10 at a time. And I was like, hey, we just refilled. She's like, oh my gosh, that's perfect because I need to put in another order. And I'm like, you still have 10 left. And she's like, I know, I need to put in another order. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
She's great.
I love her. She's great.
But she buys enough that she is welcome to add a little chaos to her
She
life
is.
because she
It's
spends
okay.
enough money.
Yeah.
No, she
take
was
it.
great. Do we do one board or a glue up for charcuterie board? We used to do one board,
Yeah.
but Hardwood Dealer like threw a fit about us asking for walnut boards wider than 7 or 8 inches.
Yeah.
Which I understand. Like
it was like 150 board feet. We're like, we want 150 board feet of all boards that are, 7 inches or wider, and they're
Yeah.
all exactly 12 feet long. And that got a little specific.
Yeah. But anyway, I understand. But we also need to be able to scale too. I think I'm going to get a much higher yield. So this next batch of walnut boards, I did with one single glue up. So I cut a bunch of board blanks, 18 inches long, and then I took, I don't know, maybe a third of them, and then ripped them into like 2-inch slats on the table saw, and then I glued up one of those slats to each board, so that I knew each charcuterie board was going to be at least 7 inches wide.
Yeah. Roughly.
And that's turning out much better. It's a much more consistent product.
I feel like less waste too, potentially. Do
Yeah.
you feel like you're using more of the...
Yeah. So less waste. I think we're going to get a higher yield. So I got to do all the number. I got a spreadsheet that calculates all this for me, but I think we're actually going to come out ahead on the production cost of this batch of boards. So that's exciting.
Didn't we just cut down the cost of the cutting boards too?
That's exactly right, Alex. What do you mean?
Didn't we just do something that brought the price of the cutting boards down too?
No, we just standardized the size.
Okay.
We don't need to cut because we started using, because I got a more precise bandsaw blade.
That was it.
I'm able to cut thinner slats. There's not as much waste. Because I use the wood slicer bandsaw blade from Highland Woodworking. Not a sponsor, but that's the best bandsaw blade in the world. So,
cool.
Yeah. So mind, body, spirit. What are you joyful for, Jenny?
What?
I'm very joyful for the good news we got yesterday. I can't wait to share it with all of you.
Yeah.
Has nothing to do with business. This came out of left field. So can I talk around it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so we got a letter in the mail that said that we owed a ton of money, just an astronomical amount of money. We almost threw it away because we thought that it was fake.
A spam.
And then we found out it was real. And we thought, well, surely there's just a glitch in the computer system. Nope, not a glitch in the computer system. We actually owed, according to this organization, we owed a ton of money. And Jenny was just like, oh, hell no. And so she fought it, and it was finally canceled yesterday. So that was the good news that we got. So that was fun.
Yes. Always a good day when you hear that.
Anyway, but it was very stressful because
it's very stressful for a little while.
It was like $23,000 that they said we owed. Anyway,
insanity.
We can't wait to share with you the whole story. It was an absolute train wreck of a nightmare.
But you take in situations like that, you really do learn a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot to take away from situations like that.
Yeah, especially like now, like we realize now that when we go through struggles, we are being prepared for the next thing.
Yes.
Which also kind of scared me. It's like, oh my gosh.
Well, and what's next?
What is this preparing us for? Because this was not comfortable. This was not fun.
No.
But you took care of it. You did everything. When is that story coming? I don't know.
No.
Sooner or later.
Yeah, we got to figure out.
Believe me, you'll hear about it.
Yeah.
But anyway, thank you so much for coming to the morning show with Jennie and Davis this morning. This show is so much fun. I'm so glad we do this.
Yes.
It is.
I thoroughly enjoy this.
My days are better after we do this show.
Yeah.
Like, Yeah, I'm
I
so
hope
happy.
you guys feel the same way too.
Yeah, it's so much fun. We really appreciate all of you, all of our friends. We have friends that watch our content that I didn't even know, watch our content. They've been reaching out to us all week saying that they're watching the morning show, so it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Jenny learned it's a lot easier to talk to people when you're really ticked off.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't get scared to make a phone call when you're that angry.
No.
So, anyway, but yeah, thanks so much for hanging out with us. Please do what you need to do to make today a good day.
Yes.
I know we all got stuff going on, but